Hello.
Hello and welcome to a look at Premiere for the Amiga, a game that was developed by the 8th Day and released by Core Design. The intro might have given some sort of idea of the plot, but I shall go a bit more in depth about concerning the plot even. Core Design, apparently in game, not in real life I assume, has this huge film production that they are going to premiere, and their editor, Clutch Gable, has been furiously trying to edit this epic film of gigantic proportions, and in doing so has been without sleep for 3 days. So of course, one point or another he's bound to fall asleep, which he also does. While he's asleep, someone sneaks into the production office and steals the canisters containing the edited film. And of course, Clutch is completely and utterly oblivious to this fact, and later on is awakened by the phone ringing, and the boss of the production company is asking him whether he is ready to deliver the edited film, and of course Clutch says that he is, because he's edited the film. And then after putting down the phone, he realizes that the film is missing. Doing what most other people would do, he starts looking through his office and whatnot in order to see if he, for some bizarre reason, has misplaced the film. But of course it turns out that it is gone. And he realizes that it can only be the competing company, Grumble Pictures, who have stolen the film in order to sabotage the premiere. I suppose it must be nice having that sense of logic, that there is only one option of a thief involved in a theft. It makes things somewhat easier. But anyway, Clutch takes a taxi to Grumble Pictures' studio thing and enters through a side door and finds himself in the middle of a western setting of a western film being produced at the time. That is where the gameplay starts. Clutch now has to navigate the 6 different levels, which each have a distinctive theme, and look for the canisters, film canisters of course, so he can get them delivered and the premiere can be shown or put on display, whatever you call it, in time. Off we go to platform land, as you may have gathered if you have been watching the video. Premiere is a platform game, and it is a platform game like an awful lot of other platform games, except for the fact that some creative thinking was involved in the making of this game. You basically have 2 planes that you move on the same screens, as you can see from time to time, the characters jumping back and jumping into the background and into the foreground. And that is a mechanic that is somewhat unique, or was somewhat unique I should say, for games in general, but specifically games of this type. And you need to make heavy use of it in order to go from or to navigate the different screens, areas, whatnot. Let's do the technical side of things. Graphically, a lot of people seem to be very, very enamored by how this game looks, and I will agree that the graphics are definitely not bad. Overall quality is very high, and animations and that kind of stuff is appropriately smooth. The style of graphics is maybe not to everyone's liking, and it's not something that style-wise impresses me particularly. I can agree that the quality is high, but the tone is not necessarily something that I find particularly special. On the sound side of things, you can play this game with either music or sound effects, but not both at the same time. And I was having the first clip running with the music, and this part of the video is with sound effects. And from a sound effects point of view, there is nothing that stands out. There's no individual sound effect that is particularly special. It's not a bad quality. It's not horrible. It's not misplaced in any way, shape, or form. But there's nothing overly exciting about it. It's just it feels extremely generic from a sound effects point of view. The musical side, the title music is decent, but very, very short. The in-game music, I only experienced the first level, but that will be covered in the gameplay. And the quality is nice, but I've personally found the music in this level to be extremely tedious. Not bad, but just boring. The controls are perfectly fine. Up to jump, move up ladders, and left to move left, right to move right, down to climb down ladders and that kind of stuff, and hit the fire button to either throw punches, or if you are carrying the weapon thematic for the level you are in this level it's dynamite apparently, you toss the dynamite. In order to switch between the foreground and background in the game field, you have to hold down the joystick and press fire, and that accounts for both jump into the foreground and background. So it can feel a bit wonky, and if you don't hold down first before pressing fire, you will end up throwing your dynamite or throwing punches or whatever it is that you are doing. But the controls are perfectly responsive and all that kind of stuff, so no complaints in that direction. Of course, we come to the all-important gameplay, and this game is a platform exploration game. Certain people have labeled it an action game as well, but in my opinion, action is supposed to be exciting, and there's nothing particularly exciting about the action in this game. The action that you take part of is to get rid of obstacles more so than anything else, not to have a good time. And I find the action part of the action is non-existent. In order to navigate the levels and attempt to find the missing film reels, you have to find various different levers that will open doors, remove traps, and that kind of stuff in order to help you progress. Which is where the exploration part of the gameplay comes in. It wouldn't be so bad by itself, but the checkpoint system in this game is not particularly generous. Which of course means that while learning the layouts of the different levels, you risk spending an awful lot of time redoing the same areas over and over again. The mechanic of switching between foreground and background is supposed to be this cool kind of thing, but in all honesty it becomes extremely boring and unwelcome very, very quickly because you have to use it all the time. It is utterly and excessively overused to the point of being a nuisance more so than a cool thing. Unless you are a very determined and patient player, spending the necessary time to navigate the different levels is not something that is going to be for everyone. And personally, I found this game excessively tedious. On that note, thanks for watching, take care, see you next time. Bye bye for now.